All right, we are live on YouTube. We are live and got some great stuff going on here. Want to let you guys know first thing first, thank you all for if you're tuning in, if you're watching. If you are new to the channel, thank you. If you're just stopping by saying hi, it is also a big thank you to you as well. And want to go through a few things going on with the show and share some great information with you guys. I'm in talks with a few different people, but I do have a couple really great vendors coming on that work with DJs. And I've said this before. I wanted to have guests come on every so often, periodically, that were not DJs themselves, but work with DJs. And how can we, as DJs, work with them? And it's a big question is what what happens, what transpires, and so forth, so on. So I have been talking to a couple different people, and I actually have one for the 23rd, one for the 30th. I'm hoping one for the 16th and maybe the 9th. Um, and the reason why is that I want some guest people to come on is because I want to make sure that we cover all bases to help out DJs. And having these people come on that are not DJs but work with DJs, I feel is very important. And I feel that it gives us as a show a very round conversation that we can actually say, hey, you know what? We've worked with these people or have talked about these topics previously, and that we go from an angle of knowledge and of understanding of what's transpiring out there, and how can we better ourselves as vendors. Doesn't matter if you're working weddings, doesn't matter if you're working parties, doesn't matter if you're working, doing karaoke at a bar. I feel that as a DJ, we all want to do the best job we possibly can. And that's why I try to have all these different people on the show, different thoughts, different ideas, and different ways of doing things. It's not the same um, ideas floating around and everyone agrees with everything. And you see that in the show when we talk about things. When we talked about, how to set up a microphone or how to do this, everyone has different thoughts on how to do something. And I like that because it challenges me to say, maybe I need to do something different and do something unique. One of the things I did do, and I talked a little bit on the show, I purchased from the same company that Matt, DJ Solsis, does, is a facade for my DJ area. And I can't say DJ booth because it's, just basically a 6 or 8 foot table behind the facade. And Tracy and I put it together for the first time this last wedding. And it was, again, first time doing it, still learning how to do it right. Um, couldn't get the fabric to zip. Talked to Matt. He told me a couple things to do. He said the fabric's hard to do. So I have another wedding this coming Monday, which I'll be using that. And if you're watching this in the future, then watch the show and I'll tell you how that worked out. And if we got to zip up 100%, hopefully we will on Monday. And also want to again tell you about some of the guests coming up and about products and stuff like that. I want to, again, for you guys who are watching the show and that you are subscribed to the channel and want to know what's happening going on, I want to make sure that you're represented out there in what you do in your DJ world. And I want to talk to these other vendors because I want to make sure these other vendors, give their input and again make us better. I do have Dave Rothstein Music. Great band. I'll give you a little background on him. He actually did Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg's wedding, not far from me, in St. Charles, Illinois. He's really a great guy, and he's going to be coming on soon. I have a wedding coordinator that I've worked with plenty of times. She's out in the Rockford area, but she goes all over the Chicagoland area, Wisconsin, kind of like Tracy and I do. So it's someone who does travel a little bit. And we just did a wedding with her last weekend, and it's someone I want to get her input, some stuff that DJs do, and make sure we're doing things right. And also, I have a gentleman who makes DJ booths. You could say DJ furniture. I know some people call it that. But if you like to have the booths and you like that look and stuff like that, which I do kind of want one, is the way of how can Tracy and I get in and out of the van, because unless we want to buy some ramps and to roll it down, which is an option. It's just one of the things that I want to do an inform and make an informed decision and say, okay, fine, great. And plus, again, we always talk about all the gear, DJ gear, be it lights, be it equipment, but also, we want to make sure that you out there are having fun and enjoying yourselves, and making sure that you as a DJ also just have a place to hang out with and hang and to do stuff with us, and to be very much in the know, and have knowledge. And this is what it is. It's tools. It's tools for us to better our craft, to better our wares. So when we talk to a client for whatever that gig is, that event you're doing, you can go into it confidence saying, yes, I understand it. And this is how I approach it. And this way, when you sell something to someone, sell your services, sell your wares, you can go in knowing that you have knowledge in your back pocket. And maybe, just maybe, you're doing something, you're like, hey, there's a better way of doing it, or it's an easier way of doing it, or hey, maybe I'm running into this situation. Oh, hey, I heard about this. Let me try what they did. And that's what it's about. It's sharing ideas, it's sharing information. It's not, who's right, who's wrong. I may tease people about stuff, I may joke around with people about stuff, but that's the thing, is that everyone on the show, we have a lot of respect for each other, and we may not agree with everything. And I tease a little bit about this stuff here and there because I don't agree with everything. But the thing, at the end of the day, I still have respect for those people. And that's why I have all these different voices on there. I have all these different people on the show to make sure that it's like for well rounded, and it covers all different DJs who do different things. I want to have those DJs who do weekly gigs, doing karaoke and doing trivia and stuff like that. But I also want the DJs like myself who do weddings, and I want the DJs who do, uh, you know, uh, big events and stuff like that, and does stadiums and stuff like that, and goes out and does EDM festivals and stuff like that. I will get people like that on there and have them talk. I want to, have reps from manufacturers on there, be it a small manufacturer or someone making, a product um, for DJs. And I'm going to get more and more of that, those people to come on the show here and there. And I'd like to get, them in the future. I'm going to approach a few others that make gear, and see if they want to come on, see if they want to talk about their stuff. And I can't force them. And I I want a lot of manufacturers, but the thing is that, again, we're a small fish. But if you do me a favor, if you go over to the um, if you go over to the like button, smash the like button, make sure you put a comment down below. If you're not following the channel, follow the channel. This is all about DJ stuff. The round table is for DJs, about DJs, and it's a lot of gear talk, a lot of what if talks, and what about that? What about this? And situational information for when you're a DJ and you're doing out there working and doing gigs. like I said before, I want you to walk into a gig and feel confident, and I want you to walk into a gig and say, "Hey, you know, if I heard about the situation, maybe I have a way to fix it, you know, or maybe I have a way to overcome this obstruction." That's what it's about. It's to help you out as a fellow DJ, and it's one of the things that I know the rest of the group, everyone, other the other DJs, they enjoy doing everything on the show. And you got to remember, we're giving up our Tuesday nights um, to spend an hour to record the show. We're live on Twitch. And then you guys watch the show here on YouTube the Monday following the show. So if you have a question, always put it down in the comment section. If you want to ask a question live, go on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. Tuesday nights when I have the show, come on there, talk, ask questions, say things. And, you know, that way I can say, hey, yeah, this is what we think, or that's what we think, or add your 2 cents into the questions I asked to the panel. And the reason why I asked that is because the fact that, you know, again, I want to hear different voices, different ideas. And there's a lot of great DJs who come in and talk in the panel. And I have a lot of great DJs in the chat that say things and ask questions. But if you want to be part of it, which I do want more people to be on Twitch, but I also want people to watch it on YouTube. And when they my dog is barking at something. And when they do stuff or say stuff, uh, I want, you know, to have answers for things, or I want their 2 cents added to things, you know, so that way it gives, like I said before, a very well-rounded answer to those questions, to those situations, to those items going on, to those gigs going on. And like as before, I'm very, very happy to get some more guests come on. This is the first time we're having a lot of guests. I've had a few guests in the past, and if you have not done so, go back and look. We're going to hear our 80th episode this coming Tuesday. We've had 80 episodes. So if you have not watched the previous episodes, or you haven't watched episode in a while, go back and watch it. There's a lot of great information, a lot of great stuff going on there. I've had a lot of great people on the show. I've had a pleasure of working with, even some of the earlier shows where I have Abe Alley, which I miss very much. He's out in Maine. His kids are keeping him busy. If you follow him on social media, you see that he's just swamp busy between his regular job and the kids. But also, you know, I've had other great DJs on there on the show, and I like keeping that flow. And people come in, people go out, things happen, far as, you know, people's schedules. And I will always try to make sure I have a lot of really fun DJs that you see on YouTube, names that you see, people that you see. And I like to also have some really, really great vendors to come on as well. And that's what I've been working on. People who, like before, work with DJs who are not DJs. So I'm going to try and work on getting a photographer to come in and have a photographer so you can ask questions, so you can say things to them and say, hey, you know what, for my photographers around my area do this. Do you do the same? Or, hey, if I have a photographer doing this, how do I ask them not to do that? Like, you know, put a light in front of your face and blind you if you're a DJ. I've had that happen before. And how do you get around stuff like that? You know, how can we explain to a photographer or a videographer how to do something and not come off as a jerk, just saying, hey, you know what, it's going to interfere with my gear, my equipment, my site. And that's the thing, is that we want to make sure we always approach other professionals as a partner and as someone who we are working with, and say, you know, hey, partner, I need you to do this or this or that, but in a pleasant, nice way. And the old saying goes, you get more flies with honey, you do it with vinegar. So I feel sometimes that us DJs um, sometimes have a little bit of an attitude. And if we come off we're thinking of something and maybe come off the wrong way sometimes, and that's not the way we want to approach other professionals. So if we can figure a different way of doing things and figure a different way of approaching it, it helps out because even with Tracy and I'm lucky to have her, and I can say, "Hey Tracy, can you go talk to so and so, or such and such, or this vendor or that vendor, and I want to do this or I'll do that, or and we need to do this or do that," and she can go talk where I concentrate on music and sound, or I talk to them and say, "Hey, just ask you a question. What about this or that?" And that's a big thing is how you approach them and how you deal with stuff. But again, I want to have more and more um, vendors come on there, people come on to the show and talk about their products, their way of doing things, and how can we, as professional DJs, work with these other wedding vendors. And look, for I'm very very happy to know that I have two people coming on. Well, actually, three people coming on. Got to see where the vendor who makes uh, booths, what they want to come on, either this coming Tuesday or the following Tuesday. But look for the 23rd. We're going to have Dave Rothstein, and then on the 30th, I'm going to have Danica from Rockford coming in. She's again a wedding coordinator, an event planner, wedding planner, and she is going to be on the show then. And we may expand the show a little bit longer, go a little bit longer than an hour, may go an hour and a half, depending on how many questions we have, how many people are tuning in, and so forth. I want people to be able to answer questions, and I want you to ask those questions. So don't be afraid to go on to Twitch and go on twitch.tv. That's the Twitch website. And if the account is free, just like here on YouTube, it's a free account. And then look for TBM Productions _buddy. That's my YouTube. That's my channel on Twitch, and you'll see the same logo on there as you do on here, and you will see that you see a little commercial, basically our logo up there really quickly, and follow the channel, and that way when we go live on Tuesdays, you can join in over there. The other thing, like the big thing with YouTube, if it helps me a lot when people get thumbs up. It helps me a lot when people share videos. It helps me a lot when people do stuff. And here is my customer service manager. She just walked in here after yelling at something going past the house or someone or a leaf phone or something. Uh, she's she is a good girl. She's yelling, screaming when Daddy is on YouTube's. But when we do stuff, I want you to know about it. So make sure you hit the bell icon. I want you to know when we go on Twitch. I also go on Twitch and DJ too. So you want to hear some music and watch some music videos, I go on there and do that. So it's always a fun thing. But like before, I'm very, very proud of the people who we're going to have coming on soon. And I'm very proud of all the DJs on the show and how we do things. And you want to hear something, or you want to hear a topic, anytime you want to, write down in the comment area a topic you would like to hear about us discuss. If there's something that, hey, I do this, what do you guys think of this or think of that? Again, you'll have all different opinions. And maybe it's the same as yours, maybe it's different, but it's different because people look at things differently, and maybe it's a new way of you doing something. Um, it's it's a lot of fun, and just because you may do something different doesn't mean it's right or wrong. Just means it's different. And no one to say there's no certificate saying that, hey, you're a DJ, you got to do it this way. No, there is none. I always see posts on people putting stuff up, um, saying, hey, you know what, this is wrong, that's wrong. I always ask a question on why, why you have your lights a certain way or why you're doing this, because I want to know the reason behind it, the thinking behind it. Because again, like for everyone thinks differently, everybody looks at things differently, and that's why I like to have all these different voices on the show. But like I said before, and I don't want to be a dead horse, we got a lot of great people coming on. Got some guests coming on, and it's gonna be fun. And hopefully, we'll have them as returning guests every so often come on to the show and saying, "Hey, I haven't been on the show for a bit. Come on board, see what's going on, see what's happening, and stop by and talk and uh, answer questions." Because again, it's one of the things that everything we do on the show is about DJs. It's all about how to DJ, far as gear talk, event talk, how to talk, situational talk. And it's just one of the things that, you know, I don't want the same mundane things and same things spoke about all the time. And I'm always looking for new topics to make sure you guys can watch and see what's happening, what's going on, and make sure that you're enjoying it. So I see some people watching. If anybody got any questions or anything like that, go ahead and ask any questions. No questions. Oh man. Well, I see people watching, but I guess they just want to watch and not ask. So no big deal there. Uh, but like before, I'm having some great other vendors on, and hopefully have a few others as well in the not too distant future. You know, like before, this episode coming up on this coming Tuesday, recorded, and it will be the following Monday on YouTube, is our 80th episode. And it means 20 more to 100. And that's a lot of episodes produced here in my office, my studio, if you want to call it that, um, which is a one of the many bedrooms in my house and converted over to an office. And behind me over here, I always say there's a treadmill here, so it's this just covers it. This pipe and drape just covers a treadmill up. So this is a real house. This is I don't have a huge office. I don't have one of those cool places yet. Um, I hope to move, and hopefully I move. I have a nice office I can just have um, as an office and not have it to share it with a treadmill and a bunch of other stuff, and just have an office. And hopefully Tracy can have an office too for her needs in the next house. So that right there would be a lot of fun because she also her regular job works from home, and she helps out with the business, and she's a very big part of business. And hopefully one day, I keep begging her to come onto the show so you guys get to talk to her. I know some of the other DJs want to talk to her and say hi to her and ask her, like, how can she put up with me? 25 years of marriage, that's coming up in August, our 25th wedding anniversary. So I will say that it's been a heck of a ride with her, and I look forward to the next 25 years. It's sometimes like everything else, it's always a great thing, a great time. And also, my dog heard someone knocking on some door somewhere. Oh, yes. So, with that said, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in. And again, if you get a chance to put a thumbs up on the live. And also, hopefully, we'll see you on. I got something in my eye now. Hopefully, we'll see you on the show. Talking, chatting, asking questions, And do me a favor as well. Make sure that you out there who are watching, make sure you tell another DJ about the show. Make sure you tell another DJ about the channel. I'm always putting stuff up. Um, oh wow, there's a dust bunny or something that floated past the camera, or maybe an orb. A little paranormal activity. I'm not gonna say that. I'm saying it, but it's a piece of dust, which probably is from something. But anyways, like I said before, tell another DJ, tell a friend about the show, and spread the love, spread the information. Love to get up to 1,000 people, 1,000 followers on the show on the channel, and that way that they can watch and talk about stuff and ask questions, and we have even more voices out there being heard for us DJs. All right, went on for 25 minutes. Man, time goes by so fast. But I want to thank you all. Have a good day and see you on the show. Bye bye.